I'm definitely a millennial. Gotta keep my time. This is my watch. If your watch doesn't have tech in it, it's not a real watch, sorry. So, first of all, I want to thank my business manager, John Stevenson. He's been a fantastic mentor for me. He says I've earned it. All I've done is shown up. I like to volunteer. I like to be involved. I'd also like to thank Jeannie Ford. She's awesome. She's here behind the scenes. Sitting down there, I was able to see what she does behind the scenes, and just want to thank her because without her, we'd all be screwed, honestly. I'd also like to thank Brian Helm and Mark McManus. I've learned a lot from both of them. We had breakout sessions with them yesterday, and it was very eye-opening. I had personal time with Mark. Who gets to have personal time with a president of an organization of over 360,000 people, and he took 5 minutes of his busy schedule and was able to talk with me as we were both cruising down the hallway to go somewhere else, and I really appreciate that, so thank you, President. I also want to thank our 669 spring fitters. They don't get enough thanks. Chris Wingett from Utah, he's over Utah and Southern Idaho District. He's been very influential and has kind of taken me under his wing. He picked me up at the airport. I kind of tagged along into his group, and he really took me into the 669 fold. So shout out to Chris, thank you. He was doing double duties as the 669 organizer and recently was able to get a full-time organizer, and so I worked with him and our previous organizer and learned a lot from him. I learned a lot at this conference in general so far. It's been eye-opening. It's an amazing experience, and I wish more apprentices had the opportunity to do this. I'm very grateful for the UA convention at the push of McManus to get apprentices to vote, for 4th and 5th years to be able to vote. I wanted to be involved from day one. Our current local president of Local 140, shout out to Jason Warner, he's not here, but he was one of the very first journeymen that I ever met on a UA job as a metal trades. And he was on the CBA committee for our bargaining. And it was a bargaining year. And instead of only hearing it at the union meeting once a week, we were getting it every week and sometimes every other day information. And his enthusiasm and his zeal just ignited a passion in me. He is one of the most labor supporting guys that I've ever met. And guess what? He white carded in. He was from the outside. And now he's one of the strongest advocates for unionized labor that I've ever met in my life. Just from my outside perspective, looking in, finally, thank the Lord, about to finish my apprenticeship, and seeing how well respected he is. On the flip side, if we're going to grow and organize people in, we need to accept them. We need to love them, and we've taken oaths. That's something that's very important to me. I'm a religious guy, and I've taken my own covenants and oaths in my personal life and my religion. And when I took that UA oath, I was deeply moved by it. I was moved by the fact that we promised to attend our union meetings regularly, that we promised to uphold and help our fellow man find employment, that we support each other, that we have pride in our work, that we support our governments through, and if we want to change, we do it through the legal means. All of these things have greatly impacted me. And I know a lot of our older generation take it seriously. I urge our younger generation to take the oaths and promises that we've made in our organizations seriously. Sometimes it's hard to go to union meeting. We've got families, we have kids, but without this camaraderie, without this family that we have in the UA and the MCAA, we don't have a livelihood. We don't have anywhere to go. We need to support each other. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I came from a non-construction background, and I could barely swing a hammer, let alone cut a piece of pipe straight before I got in. But this local has given me skills. I feel pride in my work. I've been in the program almost a full 5 years, and I was in metal trades for over 6 months before I got in. And I'm at the point in my career that I can drive by and tell my wife, tell my kids, tell my family, yes, I built that. My blood, sweat, and tears are in that. You brothers and sisters, you built that. You brothers and sisters, put up your labor, put up your capital, put up your experience. We did that. We have built America and Canada from the ground up. We are the first line of defense. We're not the last. Without us, we really are the health of the nation. And with our infrastructure in a complete disarray that it is, we need to be innovative. We need to be positive. We need to work with our contractors and figure out the best, most efficient way that we can lift all of our boats. Thank you for this time. I've learned so much. I'm honored. Again, I thank all the people who have got me here to this day. I'm very grateful to have a younger business manager. He's only 10 years older than me, not even. He's 9 years older than me. And to be able to be mentored by someone that isn't too far away from me has been instrumental. And as I've told him all through this conference, one day I'm going to take his job. Thank you for your time.